Okay, Shalom. I want to start off by saying, Kal Halal Yamla, Yahweh wa Yahushai. Okay, which is to say all praises to the Father and the Son. All right. It's another day out here in the streets. Okay, preaching, prophesying, teaching. Okay, and I wanted to go into this topic of that the law is not done away with. Okay, because you have among these false prophets, right, among the the wicked of our people, and just wacky tacky Christians, right, born againers, or whatever denomination they come from. They usually always agree that the law is the law of Moses, the Torah, that it's done away with, and that the rules of the Torah don't apply anymore. Okay, because we're not justified by the works of the law, but rather through faith, right? And that's what they preach. They actually go around teaching that stuff. Okay, and I wanted to dive into that, a little bit, because that is completely false, man. Okay, you have to keep the laws, man. Okay, it's important. Okay, but I wanted to get into that because it's important to understand what our current situation is right now. Okay, where the law stands. All right now. Okay, but to put it in point blank, all right, we established the law. Okay, we cannot keep the laws perfectly here in America, here in Babylon, okay, here in captivity, period. Okay, we can't keep the laws perfectly. However, you're supposed to strive to maintain the laws. Okay, now certain laws are just over righteous right now. We really can't execute them accordingly because we're in a wicked kingdom. Okay, under a wicked rulership. Okay, but you are supposed to keep the laws. Okay, because that's a mess, man. That's an abominable doctrine. Okay, it doesn't even make sense. Okay, if you claim that you can't or you don't have to keep the laws, that means anybody can just get away with murder, with adultery, right, with theft, with covetousness, with idolatry, with homosexuality. I mean, you can do anything you want, right, pretty much, and you're going to be saved. That's nonsense. Okay, it doesn't make any sense. Okay, so you mean to tell me somebody who murders his own mother is going to make it to the kingdom of heaven? Someone who murders their own children, bro, that's a nonsense doctrine. Okay, it's foolish, man. You have to keep the laws, man. There are laws that we can keep on this side that you have to keep. Okay, obviously, like thou shalt not murder. Okay, laws that are punishable unto death, you have to strive to keep them, man. Okay, now other laws, for example, the law of wearing phylacteries, right? That's you're being over righteous now. Okay, obviously putting to death adulterers and homosexuals, right? You can't do that on this side, man. Okay, because you know what's gonna happen. You're gonna get arrested. Okay, they're gonna put you through trial in this court system, right? You can't put a sodomite to death here in America. You'll get arrested for those types of things, man. You can't put adulterers to death, even though that would be righteous, but you can't do it, and that's where being over righteous is applied. Okay, you can't be over righteous, man. Okay, but because it doesn't make any sense, right? So if you can do anything you want, then that means that what's the whole point of Judgment Day? What's the whole point of the Lord coming to punish the wicked and reward the just? I mean, there's no balance to that, man. It doesn't make any sense. Okay, now so with that being said, I wanted to get Romans, the 3rd chapter, right? Romans chapter 3 verse 28. Therefore, we conclude that a man is justified by faith without the deeds of the law, right? So, what this scripture is saying is that right now we're pretty much focusing on faith, okay? Yes. However, okay, when you go on to read verse 31, do we then make void the law through faith? God forbid. Yea, we establish the law. You see, so you're still supposed to establish and keep the law, okay? It's just, you have to understand that we can't keep the whole law. Even if we were in our kingdom, right? Even if we were in ancient Israel, right? Because we're in this flesh, we're subject to going off. We're imperfect, okay? So even if we were in power, like in ancient times, as long as we're in these wicked bodies, okay, all right, we're always going to be subject to going off, okay? Because even in the ancient world, when we were in our power, when Israel and Yasharallah was in their power seat, okay, you read about in the book of Judges how people went way off, man, okay? And that was in ancient times when we were actually ruling, okay? So how much more are we going off now that we can't even, we're not ruling, okay? Our people are totally wicked, man, okay? But the conclusion of this matter is that we establish the law, okay? And yes, we're justified through faith, okay? Because we're under grace right now, okay? It's impossible to keep the law 100%, man. It's impossible. Even the most righteous men, they slipped, okay? I'm telling you, it's this wicked flesh that we're in, okay? It's very difficult to maintain the law 100%, okay? Then that's the trip, man, because here it is, these Christians, right? They go way to the far left, and then some Old Testament Israelites, right? They go way to the right, you know? Some people go way too much to the right and way too much to the left, you know? Only the elect are going to be able to go perfectly, not waver too much to the right, being super over righteous, and then not too much to the left, being wicked and abominable, you know? Only the elect will be able to precisely and perfectly maneuver with this word, you know? Because, again, like I say, man, we're justified through faith, okay? We establish the law, but we can't keep it all, man. No, neither are we pushing that, okay? We're not pushing that, okay? Because if you want to get technical, right, I should be wearing my phylacteries. As a Hebrew Israelite man, I'm supposed to be wearing phylacteries, okay? You know? A so-called Jew could just roll up on me and be like, oh, where are your phylacteries? If you're an Israelite, if you're a Hebrew, you should be wearing your phylacteries. And granted, you know, he'd be right. I don't have my phylacteries, okay? I only have my garments with my border of blue and my fringes, okay? But I don't have my phylacteries on. Why? Because we're justified through faith, and it's being over righteous, man. Just straight up, okay? That's super over righteous, okay? You know, we're rehearsing the righteous acts. When you're rehearsing something, there's room for error, okay? Right now, we're not in the times to complete the law in its fullness, okay? We can't do it, you know? We're not saved through the law, man. We are saved by grace, okay? So, and this is where people are going to get offended. People are going to be, the Old Testament guys are going to get super offended. Oh, no, see, that's off. You're going way off, you know? And then the New Testament only people, they're going to be like, oh, no, the law is done away with. Nah, you know? But that's all right, though, because at the end of the day, this is not for everyone, okay? This truth is not for the masses, okay? This truth is only for a select few, and only a select few are going to be able to precisely, okay, perfectly maneuver this word, okay? Because that in itself is crucial as fuck, man, okay? Okay? Because it's easy to understand, really. It's not hard, you know? There's some things that are hard in the scriptures, right? But this subject right here, this is easy, man. Okay, you can't be over righteous, man. Now, anyways, man, let me get more scriptures, all right? This is Ecclesiastes 7, chapter 7, verse 16. Be not righteous over much, neither make thyself over wise. Why shouldest thou destroy thyself? Right, because certain aspects of the law, you were actually supposed to put people to death, like sodomites, okay? People that were homosexuals. In the law, in ancient times, it was a righteous thing to put them to death. Adulterers as well. You know, today in modern day they call them cheaters, right? Well, they're adulterers, okay? That's the more proper fitting term, okay? But in the ancient times you would put them to death, okay? But now here on this side, am I teaching people to do such things? No. Because you're going to be over righteous and they're going to arrest you. You're going to be processed through this court system that they're going through, okay? That America processes criminals through, okay? And you're not going to be able to do the work of the Lord anymore, okay? You won't be able to practice the little bit of righteousness that we are practicing. You won't even be able to do that anymore, okay? Because you're going to be locked up and you're going to be imprisoned, okay? And your liberty is going to be taken away to be able to maneuver with the word of the Lord, man. Okay? You know, so and that's honestly it's going to be well deserved because you did not understand the scriptures, man. Okay? You're not supposed to put anyone to death right now. We're not in those times anymore. Okay? All right? You see? So this is what this scripture is talking about, man. This is Ecclesiastes 7 and 16. Be not righteous over much, neither make thyself over wise. Why shouldest thou destroy thyself? Okay. Verse 17. Be not over much wicked, neither be thou foolish. Why shouldest thou die before thy time? So I'm telling you, some people are going to go way to the right. They're working righteousness. Yeah, okay, cool. But you guys are being super over righteous, all right? You guys need to chill, okay? And then the left, some of you guys are just too wicked, man. You know, some of you guys are just foolish, okay? And you guys are being evil, okay? And you're just not keeping any of the laws, period, okay? So you have to be perfect, man. The scriptures talk about being perfect, all right? You know, be ye perfect even as your Father which is in heaven is perfect. And part of that is having the perfect understanding of subjects like this, okay? Of subjects of the law, okay? Because the law we still establish the law to this day, okay? All right? You can't be committing adultery. That's one thing. That's a law that you can't keep even here in America. Okay, that's total wickedness if you start doing things like that. Okay, you know, you have to behave yourself like the scriptures say, right? You can't be stealing or coveting other people's goods. Okay, you got to work for your own. Okay, work for your own things, man. You know, some dudes are covetous, man. They come into Israel and you know, and they're doing niggerisms, you know? But you have to work for your own, man. Okay? What are the laws? Obviously, any sort of fornication, period, right? Any sexual immoral acts, okay? You got to cut all that off, right? So that goes into sodomy, that goes into, you know, not being a pedophile, okay? You know, no adultery, okay? Just no sorts of wickedness, of any sort of that nature, okay? What other laws? No idolatry, right? That was one of the main laws, because in ancient times, if you were caught worshiping idols in ancient Israel, they would kill you. Okay, naming the the name of another god alone would put you to death in ancient Israel. Okay, so man, naming the name of another god, man. If you over there talking about some Buddha or some some Allah stuff in ancient Israel, that would put you to death, man. Okay. So you can't. These are all laws that yes, we can keep even here on this side, okay. But there's other laws, like for example, there's a law in the book of Torah, right, that women, right, when they get on their menstrual cycles, okay, you're not supposed to. First of all, you're not supposed to be having sex with your wife when she is going through her period, okay. When she's going through her period, what's happening to her body is a cleansing phase, okay? All right? You have to leave her alone. You can't touch her, okay? Anything that she touches is deemed dirty or filthy, you see? So in ancient Israel, man, we had designated locations where women during their menstrual cycles would go, and they would be there throughout their periods, okay? All right? So that was in ancient times. Now here in America, how the hell are you going to keep that? Okay? A lot of our people don't even own their own real estate. How the hell, where are they going to send their wives to be able to just chill and keep their periods? It doesn't, you can't, that's a perfect example of a law that you cannot keep here in America. Okay, you can't do it. Okay, it's too expensive, and we're being oppressed by the fucking enemy. This is what I'm talking about, man. That's just one of many laws that you can't keep. Another law in the Torah, you're not supposed to be wearing mixed fabrics. Mixed fabrics are an abomination to the Lord. Okay, but here we are in America. We don't have a choice. Okay, every retailer, every little one of these franchises is owned by these fucking Edomites, man. Okay. Burlington, H&M, Macy's, JCPenney, all these stores are owned and operated either corporations or franchises, whatever the hell they are, right? They're owned and operated by the heathen nations. We have no say in things of that, okay? We have to go to our enemies and wants of all things, you see? So you guys have to understand, if you're claiming to be a prophet of the Lord, you have to understand these things. Okay? We cannot keep the law in its perfection, in its fullness in Babylon. Okay? We can't do it. Okay? Even if we were in ancient Israel, even then we still failed. We still fell short. Okay? Because these wicked bodies are wicked, man. Even King David in all his righteousness, even he committed sins worthy of death, but it was through the mercies, the tender mercies of the Lord, that the Lord had mercy on King David. Okay, and indeed King David will be our king for generations to come. It goes to show you that reincarnation is real. Okay, the house of David will never be destroyed. Okay, the tabernacle of David is being built up right now. Okay, so I'm telling you, man, you guys don't understand what it is you're doing. You don't understand the Bible. You don't understand anything, really. I don't know what you're doing out there. Okay, some people just have no business being out in the streets. Okay. Let me get another scripture really fast. This is Jeremiah chapter 17, verse 9. The heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. Who can know it? Okay, so now, all right, when it's talking about heart here, it's talking about a person's mind. Okay, it's talking about a person's mind. It's not talking about the vessel that pumps blood. Okay, it's not talking about that. Okay, it's talking about a person's mind. All right, so these wicked bodies right now, they're desperately wicked. Okay, and our minds, our own minds, are very deceitful, man. Okay. All right. What that's going into is pretty much, you know, our flesh is naturally inclined to do evil. Okay. So knowing this, how the hell are we gonna keep the law perfectly? You know, you can't do it, man. I'm telling you, there has to be something better. Okay. And that better is the Lord when he comes back. Okay? All right? Right now, we are under the graces of Yahushua. Okay? We're under the graces of him. Because when he died on the cross, he became the ultimate sacrifice that pleased the Heavenly Father, okay, forever. Okay? Because in the ancient world, sacrifices, offering animal sacrifices, that also was a part of our heritage. Okay, you see, and see, that also shows you that you Old Testament only guys, right? You guys don't believe in the New Testament. If you want to get technical, by the law, you should be offering animal sacrifices to this day. Because in ancient times, our forefathers, they used to offer animal sacrifices. So if you guys don't believe in the Lord or the Messiah, that means you guys are still offering sacrifices. You see, and this is what I'm talking about. You guys are full of shit because I know you're not offering actual animals as sacrifices like ancient times. Okay? All right? That's how you know they're not they're not even in what they claim to believe in, they're not even keeping that. You know? Really, so for you Old Testament only cats, okay, you would have to offer animal sacrifices for every sin, right? For sins that you commit, man. You know? That's crazy, man. That's not sound doctrine, okay? Because here it is, World War III is about to take place, man. The mark of the beast is nigh. It's very close, and you still have people out here they don't even understand that the New Testament is part of the Bible. You still have those people. They're still there, you know? But, you know, it's lost souls. That's all I can say. Some people are just lost, okay? But anyways, so yeah, Jeremiah 17:9, the heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. Who can know it? You know? And that's the flesh, man. You know? That's the flesh all the way. Yeah, man. Yeah, right. So this is Revelation chapter 19, verse 8, right? Revelation chapter 13, verse 8. And to her was granted that she should be arrayed in fine linen, clean and white, right? For the fine linen is the righteousness of the saints. Okay? So my question to you is, if the law is done away with, how does one actually how do you even keep righteousness if the law is done away with and you know, and you can do whatever the hell it is you want to do? That's not sound doctrine, man. It's not sane, okay? It's not sound, okay? You have insane and then you have sane, right? That's insane, okay? All right? Because how does one keep righteousness if the law is done away with? What standard do we have if you can do whatever the hell it is you want to do? I'm telling you, that's a false doctrine, man. Okay? Because the law is still in effect to this day. Okay? To this day, the law is still in effect. That's how the Lord is going to judge the world. Okay? By that standard. Okay? So if you're teaching that the law is done away with, you do not have the light, man. You don't have, you're not righteous, man. Okay? You're pretty much the Satanist, pretty much, you know? I mean, Satanists literally believe in that. They believe in a model. They call it do as thou wilt. Okay, that's what they believe in. You know, that's what Satanists literally are about. Okay, do as thou wilt. You know, and that's the same vibration. That's the same mindset that those people are coming in as well. They're coming in with that, oh, you can do whatever you want, you'll still be fine. It's all right. Nothing happens. Don't worry about it. Oh yeah, you can pop, you know, pop your buddy in the ass, you know. You know, you can sodomize your buddy and shit. You know, nothing will happen. Oh, you can commit adultery. That's fine, right? That's what they teach, man. You know. So that means that pedophiles are gonna make it to the kingdom according to you guys? Bro, that's a complete abomination, man. Okay? I'm telling you, man, the law is still in effect to this day. Okay? So this is Revelation chapter 19, verse 8, right? And to her was granted that she should be arrayed in fine linen, clean and white. For the fine linen is the righteousness of the saints. Okay? Right. Because our righteousness is pretty much likened unto a beautiful garment. Okay? You know? All our righteous works, it's likened unto a beautiful garment. I mean, we're literally wearing a garment right now, but spiritually we have beautiful garments, okay? Spiritually, okay? All right. The reason, you know, I wear this ruggy, right? This rag of a garment is because in the ancient times, the prophets, they would wear sackcloth. Okay. When our nation got destroyed or we ever got jacked up by the heathen nations, our prophets, they wore sackcloth, man. Okay. So that's why I'm wearing, you know, this raggedy garment, because it's pretty much the condition that we're in. You know, you have kings, right? Kings, they used to wear garments with fine linen, okay? You know, usually purple, you know. Purple was the color of royalty, okay? But right now we're not in times where we're ruling, okay? We're in captivity and we're in our lowest state that we've ever been in, okay? So our garments, they pretty much represent the state of our nation, okay? Just low, all right, and poverty and poor, you know, and jacked up, man. You know, we're humbling ourselves before our power. That's why we wear these you know, these garments, man. Now people make fun of us and call us bums and whatever. You know, that's fine. You know, the prophets, they had to endure cruel mockings. Okay, they had to endure cruel mockings and people laughing at them, you know, with all sorts of things that they said towards them, okay? You know, hey, John the Baptist, man. John the Baptist wore a garment, okay, made of camel's hair, okay? You can only imagine how rough of a garment that was, okay? I'm telling you, man, you have rough garments and then you have garments of fine linen. Okay? Billionaires and trillionaires, they wear those, you know, the fine silk. Okay? They wear the nice, beautiful garments, right? But we're not in those positions, okay? We're in captivity underneath our enemies, okay? So this is why we wear, you know, the sackcloth, okay? Because we're not in our kingdom yet, all right? In the kingdom of heaven, we'll be wearing those badass outer space garments, okay? I mean, we'll be decked out with gold and silver, and I mean, we're gonna be looking badass, okay? Because we're gonna be ruling. But right now, we're just slaves here in America, okay? Anyways, this is Revelation chapter 19, verse 9. And he saith unto me, Right, blessed are they which are called unto the marriage supper of the Lamb. And he saith unto me, These are the true sayings of the Most High. Okay? Right. So, right? So that's it on that. Okay? But the point is we established the law, man. Okay? Because it doesn't make any sense for us to just teach that we can do anything. That's a total abomination, man. Okay? But let me see here. It's crucial. Now listen to this. Revelation chapter 22. Revelation chapter 22, verse 14. Blessed are they that do his commandments, that they may have the right to the tree of life, and may enter in through the gates into the city. Okay? So if you're keeping the commandments of the Lord, that's a blessing, okay? That's a studious, disciplined, loyal, okay, spirit and mindset that the Lord has put you in. Because there's a lot of people out here that they can't even do that, man. They cannot keep the commandments of the Lord, the basic commandments of the law. They can't do it, okay? So you know what? Count it a blessing if you have the mindset and the spirit and the discipline to do this, okay? Revelation chapter 22, verse 14. I'm going to read that one more time. Blessed are they that do his commandments, that they may have the right to the tree of life and may enter in through the gates into the city. Now hear this, okay? Verse 15. For without are dogs, sorcerers, whoremongers, murderers, idolaters, and whosoever loveth and maketh a lie. Okay? So, you see, this proves right here, and this is the New Testament, man. So for you wacky-tacky Christians, this is the New Testament. This is not even the Old Testament. This is the book of Revelation right here. Okay? It proves that you're still supposed to keep the commandments, man. Okay? Because without it are dogs, sorcerers, whoremongers, murderers, idolaters, and whosoever loveth and maketh a lie. Okay? Verse 16, right? I, Yahushua, have sent mine angel to testify unto you these things in the churches. I am the root and offspring of David, and the bright and morning star. Okay? Okay, so I told, like I said, all right, the house of David is going to be established forever. Okay? It's the house of Saul that was going to be destroyed. Okay? Because the house of Saul was a demon. Okay? He started off correct, but then he went totally to the left, man. The Lord totally plagued him with demons. Okay? You know, that dude, I mean, the guy killed himself, you know? He went to a witch for counsel. He didn't obey when the Lord told him to execute his wrath upon Amalek. okay? I mean, Saul was not a man of the Lord, okay, period. You know? He was unworthy. But King David was worthy, okay? King David listened, he obeyed, and yes, he had shortcomings, and yes, he did what he did, right? Well, however, the Lord's gonna have mercy on King David, okay? The Lord ultimately had mercy on King David. He had mercy on Peter, because for those that can hear, for those that can understand, Peter was King David in a reincarnation, okay? That was him, okay? In a reincarnation. And now, for those that don't know anything, you're gonna get offended. Oh, where's that in the scriptures? Oh, well, now you're just making things up. The Spirit of the Lord's not working with you, man. The Spirit of the Lord's not working with you, okay? Because Peter was King David in a reincarnation, okay? What other individual did the Lord esteem so highly, okay? All right, to King David, okay? Because the scripture says, upon this rock will I build my church, right? Referring to referring to Peter, okay? So Peter was the head, okay? He was the chief, so to speak, okay? He had a great position, okay, in all of this, okay? Peter was King David, and just like King David, Peter did things worthy of death, but the Lord forgave him, okay? Because when you read the scriptures, Peter denied the Lord thrice. Not once, not twice, but 3 times. He denied the Lord, and he cursed and swore, you know? So, I mean, man, but that, see what I'm talking about. The same mercies that King David had are the same mercies that Peter had, because that which is that which shall be, and there is no new thing under the sun, as it is written, okay? So, he received mercy in a past life, he's going to receive mercy in another life as well, right? That's how it works, man, you know? But, you know, ultimately the Lord's going to have mercy on all the members of the elect, okay? You know what, let me get Revelation chapter 22. Revelation chapter 22, verse 11. He that is unjust, let him be unjust still. And he which is filthy, let him be filthy still. And he that is righteous, let him be righteous still. And he that is holy, let him be holy still. Okay? So, you know, if you're a righteous individual, you know, keep working righteousness, right? If you're a wicked, filthy individual, hey, keep being a filthy individual, man. All right? You know, it's as simple as that, man. You know, if you don't want to, work righteousness, you don't want to come into the light, then I can't force you. Okay? I'm gonna leave you alone, and I'm gonna just move on. Okay? It goes to show you we're not here to force anybody to get into this. Okay? The scripture says, he that is unjust, let him be unjust still. Okay? So if you want to be a car thieving, gang banging, drug dealing hooligan, then keep doing your thing, man. Don't worry about this, man. Okay? The Lord's gonna destroy you ultimately because you're an evil servant, man. Okay? So, all right, all of this proves that the law is not done away with. Okay? This is Matthew chapter 5, verse 19. right? Or I'll start at verse 18. Or no, 17. Matthew chapter 5, verse 17. Think not that I am come to destroy the law. And this was the Lord himself, okay? This was, when it's written in red, it's because Yahushua spoke it, okay? So this was him speaking, right? Matthew chapter 5, verse 17. Think not that I am come to destroy the law or the prophets. I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill, okay? So the Lord never came to destroy the law, man. You know? Because there's people that actually teach that the Lord, you know, when he came on the scene, that he totally did away with the law. You know? And that's that's not true, man. Okay? Because the Lord never came to destroy the law. He came to fulfill the law. There was prophecies that were speaking of him forth to come, and he was that individual. Okay? So the Lord never came to destroy or do away with the law. Okay? You know, you guys, man, you guys don't understand what it is you're doing. And really, I'm going to get to you, okay, because I have the scripture to prove or show that you guys fit that description, okay? Because, you know, you people, you're teaching other people that you can do whatever you want. You err, man. You err not knowing the scriptures, man. For verily, Matthew 5 and 18, for verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass, one jot or one little or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law, till all be fulfilled. Okay? Verse 19. Whosoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments, and shall teach men so, he shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven. But whosoever shall do and teach them, the same shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven, you see? So, this shows that you're still supposed to keep the laws, you're still supposed to keep the commandments, okay? And you're still supposed to strive for righteousness, man, okay? It's not just a do as thou wilt motto, man. That's wicked as fuck, man. Okay, that's evil. Okay? That's a very satanic vibration, man. Okay? You can just do whatever the hell you want. There's no consequences to anything. Just do you, live your life. You know? That's a satanic doctrine, man. A satanic way of life, man. Okay? No, man, there's discipline, there's rules to follow, man. Okay? And yeah, they're not easy to follow. I'll admit some of these things are not easy, okay? You know, being a righteous man of the Lord is not easy, man. Okay, you read about the prophets and all the things that the Lord required of his prophets, man. It's like, man, okay? Could you imagine if the Lord sent you to do that? You know? The Lord made Isaiah prophesy naked, man. Butt as naked. Could you, I mean, how many of you people would do something like that, you know? Go prophesy naked. And it's spiritual, because that's pretty much how the world looks at the prophets now. You know? We're, in the sight of these people, we're naked. In the sight of these people, they look at us like we should be ashamed of this, so we're just you know, like we should just be embarrassed that we're doing this, right? Coming out to the streets and prophesying the downfall of America. They think that we should be ashamed of what we're doing, you know. But in reality, this is a very honorable thing to do, man. Okay? So the world looks at us, the prophets, the same way they looked at Isaiah. Crazy and, you know, an accusation of shame, you know? Like, oh no, that guy should be ashamed of himself. What's he doing? You know? Oh, look at that guy. He's fucking crazy. He keeps going out in the streets with the Bible and, you know, keeps teaching, you know? They look at us like we're crazy. We're pretty much in the same predicament as Isaiah, okay? They look at us like we're naked, okay? But, you know, you brothers, man, just stay strong, man, okay? And the Lord increase your faith, okay? Because this is a beautiful work that we're working, okay? And indeed, this word is spreading like wildfire, okay? You know? As it is written, is not my word a fire, saith the Lord, and a hammer that breaketh the rock in pieces? This word, the word of the Lord is like a fire. It's like a flame, okay? It consumes people, man. It consumes continents, okay? This word of the Lord is taking over the world, okay? So, you know, don't be ashamed of this, man. And ultimately, if you are ashamed, I mean, hey, man, the Lord is going to be ashamed of you when he comes back, okay? So, you know, fuck these people and what they think, man. You know, these people are nobodies, all right? They just live their life in the flesh and their pleasures and shit, okay? They're animals. They're beasts. They have no wisdom, no depth. There's nothing to these people that is worth getting into, man. I mean, these people are nobodies, man. Okay? The scripture says, let the multitude perish that was born in vain. Okay? And let my grape be kept. Okay? You know? And then the Lord's gonna pretty much keep his elect, man. You know? The Lord's about to kill all these people, man, real soon. Alright? The Lord's about to kill all these people. Okay? By way of famines, by way of martial law, pestilences, okay? By way of the sword, okay? The Lord's about to kill many of these people, man, so don't even, you know, don't trip. Don't trip out just because these people look at you a certain kind of way, you know? And ultimately, man, when you come out to these streets, you have to be warrior minded, man, because when you come out to these streets, man, you gotta not give a fuck, man. You gotta be in that mindset, okay? If you care too much about what people think about you, you're gonna crack and fold, okay? You have to come out here and you just gotta be bold, okay? That's how you do it, man. Okay? But let me see here. Yeah, that's it on that, right? So the conclusion is we keep the laws, but we can't keep it perfectly, man. You have to understand that, okay? You have to understand that there's certain laws, even in the Torah, that in today's world we can't keep, we can't do it, okay? First of all, because it's much deeper than that, right? So the Lord wants these heathen to rule right now, okay? He put them in that power seat, okay? Because this is the last kingdom, this is the last beast to rule, okay? All right? NATO and the EU, right? America, the great whore. These kingdoms, they have to rule, man. Okay? So the Lord actually wants these heathen, he wants the so-called white man to keep ruling right now to fulfill his word, okay? Because ultimately we're gonna look back on all of this, right? In the kingdom of heaven, we're gonna look back on all of this and we're gonna see that righteousness is way much better, okay? Because in the kingdom, we are gonna keep the laws perfectly, 100%, absolutely perfectly. Okay, everything in the law of the Torah will be kept in the kingdom of heaven. Everything. Okay? Alright? We're actually going to be putting to death adulterers. If there's any sign of any sodomite anywhere, he's going to be put to death. They are going to be put to death. Okay? There's not going to be any mingling of seeds. Okay? We're going to give the the land rest, okay? Because in the law, you also read about land Sabbaths. In other words, you plant and you farm a certain plot of land for a certain amount of years, and then after that, you would go and leave it alone, because you're supposed to give it rest, okay? Which is what the North American Indians were doing, okay? The so-called Native Americans, okay? It's not that they were just savages, right? You know, the so-called white man, they portray our people like they're just these uneducated people, man. They were keeping the land Sabbath, man, okay? That's why they moved around from different place to place, okay? All right, they were keeping the land Sabbath, all right? Because you have a regular Sabbath day, and then you also have a land Sabbath, okay? Where you're supposed to give the land rest. And that's something that you white people don't do, okay? I'm going to show you that you don't care about the laws, okay? You're supposed to give the land a break after so many years, okay? But knowing you white people, you don't, you know? You just keep on planting and keep fertilizing and keep growing. Right, so this is Leviticus 25 and 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses in Mount Sinai, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, When ye come into the land which I give you, then shall the land keep a Sabbath unto the Lord. 6 years shalt thou sow thy field, and 6 years shalt thou prune thy vineyard, and gather in the fruit thereof. But in the 7th year shall be a Sabbath of rest unto the land. Okay? A Sabbath for the Lord. Thou shalt neither sow thy field nor prune thy vineyard, man. You see? Verse 5. That which groweth of its own accord of thy harvest thou shalt not reap, neither gather the grapes of thy vine undressed, for it is a year of the rest. For it is a year of rest unto the land. Okay? Right. So in other words, you would, for 6 years you would plant, you would harvest, you would get to work, right? But on the 7th year you left it alone. Okay? So it goes to show you that land, you're supposed to give it a rest, man. Okay? You know, but you heathen, you don't care, man. You don't give a shit. You know? Because you so-called white people, you're not decent, man. You know, you're not decent and you're not in order, man. You're just a very disorderly beast, okay? You know? Even basic instructions you can't seem to understand. You know, because you so-called white people, you don't give the land any rest. You just keep on harvesting, keep on harvesting. The land, the earth is dying under your rulership, man. Because you're not giving the land, or you're not keeping the laws, okay? And you're not taking into consideration anything. You don't take into consideration the ecosystem. When you chop down millions of trees, you don't take into consideration the land Sabbath. You don't take into consideration the lives of your cattle, you know? Slaughterhouses, I mean, that's wicked as fuck, man. You know? Slaughterhouses, they totally abuse the animals, man. And then that meat, all that meat is contaminated, right, with all the stress and all those hormones that they put into those animals, into those poor animals. You know? So even the animals are sick of your rulership, man. Okay? Alright? I was watching a video years ago, right? That it was this gorilla, man. I think it was a gorilla, not a gorilla, it was an ape or something. It was a chimpanzee, I think. I'm not sure. It was some sort of monkey or ape or chimpanzee, but right? It might have even been an orangutan. And they were calling her a Lucy, I think. It was a video from years ago, man. I had seen it on YouTube years ago. And the ape or the monkey, they understood how to speak in sign language. You know? It goes to show you the animals, they're beautiful creatures, man. You know? And they do have, you know, they have feelings too, man. You know? But they were talking to them in sign language, right? And the ape and the monkey was saying that man destroys the earth. Man is bad for earth. You know? So if these monkeys could talk, if these animals could talk, even they would be cussing out you Edomites, man. You so-called white people, okay? You've totally ruined the earth, man. The ocean is more polluted than it's ever been. The landfills are filled with fucking garbage, okay? The earth is not given the land Sabbath. The cattle, the animals, they're miserable, okay? It's only a matter of time before you piss off the Leviathan, okay? And the Leviathan is a huge sea monster in the ocean. It's many of them, and they're huge, and they're enormous, okay? You read about it in the book of Job. So you're pissing him off too, you know? And in due time, Leviathan will be given his meat in due season. So to the Leviathan, man, don't worry, man. You're going to be able to eat these crackers up real soon, okay? The Navy of America is going to be destroyed by way of the Leviathan, okay? The Lord is going to lift up his giant sea serpent to bite you, Edomites, okay? Man, when the day of the Lord comes, man, it's going to be horrendous for you Edomites, man. It's going to be horrible, man. Leviathan, the angels of the Lord, the elect of Israel, nuclear missiles, okay? I mean, you so-called white people, you're done, man. The Lord's coming for you, man. In all angles, man. So the wicked are in great power right now, in great power. They're in great power right now, okay? But don't worry, man. Don't fret yourself for evildoers, because the Lord will get them, okay? The Lord will judge the wicked, okay? So that was it on that, okay? And this is what I'm talking about, right? So this is one law for us right now. This we can't practice this, okay? We don't even have land to begin with, okay? California is extremely expensive as far as real estate is concerned, all right? Land, plots of land, housing, all of that is extremely expensive, all right? We're poor right now. We're being oppressed, okay? We're not in positions where we can just print out money. Okay, but the so-called white man is, they literally print out money out of thin air. And the nations just accept it as if it's actual currency, as if it's worth anything, okay? Because they are in power. We are not. We're nobodies in this society, okay? All right? So how are we gonna keep this law? How? You see? Be not over righteous much. Why shouldest thou destroy thyself? This is what I'm talking about. You can't be over righteous, okay? There are certain laws in the Bible that you can't keep on this side. It's impossible, okay? So what do we do then? This is where grace applies, because we are saved by grace, okay? We are going to be saved by the tender mercies of the Most High, not by how perfect we are in the law, okay? Because we don't even have land to begin with. How are we going to keep a land Sabbath when we don't even have the land to begin with? We don't have access to those resources. We got conquered from the white man, okay? They own the land. You got Bill Gates. He's buying up all the farmland right now, okay? I was watching that on the news too. Bill Gates right now is buying up a huge amount of farmland, okay? Okay? Bill Gates bought a huge amount of farmland, right? And ultimately it's gonna be so that they can make people more dependent on their engineered foods, okay? So that we could be more inclined or more susceptible to being sick and more dependent on big pharmacia, okay? It's all a money-making thing. This is how billionaires and trillionaires move, okay? They do things in secret and they have all sorts of plots and plans to turn big profits, man, okay? This is how they do things, okay? You know, ultimately they want to destroy the nation of Israel, okay? That's what it is, man. Okay, because these devils, they have more than heart could wish for, you know? They have more than they have more riches and more glory than anybody could possibly ever wish for, you know? Matter of fact, let me get that real quick. You know, so that's how you know it's really just pure hatred that they have towards us, man. Okay? It's really not even a money thing, right? Because they already have a lot of gold and silver. They already have, you know? How much more could you possibly want, man? You're already sitting on a shit ton of gold. On all that silver. I mean, that's a lot of money, man. You know? They're sitting on all the gold that was here in California, right? They're sitting on all that, man. The government confiscated all the gold, okay, when they came after it in the 1900s, right? You know? And then they came off the gold standard in early 1970s. So, I mean, they already have all the riches they could possibly have gotten from people. You see, but they want to destroy us. That's what it is. Okay? The super rich, the elite, you're gonna come to realize that they're actually satanic people. Okay? They have a very satanic, organized. They're very organized. Okay, and how they do things. They have a very satanic priesthood. They're Satanists, man. Okay? All right? And they hate the Israelites. They hate our seed line. They hate our nationality. Okay? Because they know that we are the children of the promise. Okay? The children of light, like the scriptures say, man. Okay? So they know that we are the Israelites. They know that we are the real Israelites. Okay? And indeed, they accuse us. Okay? They are the accuser of our brethren. Okay? This is Psalms chapter 73, verse 6, right? Psalm 73 and 6. Therefore pride compasseth them about as a chain. Violence covereth them as a garment. Their eyes stand out with fatness. They have more than heart could wish, you see? So they have more than heart could possibly wish for, okay? This chapter was going into the super elite rich, okay? All right? Because King David, all right, well, let me see if this is, I want to make sure that this is King David and not Asaph. Right, Asaph. Okay, right. So the Book of Psalms, right? It has writings, okay. All right, from Asaph and King David, okay. And what people don't understand is certain things of the Psalms. Yes, they were, you know, it was a state of mind that King David was in, okay. But some of the things that were also written were also prophecies, man. Okay. All right. It was also prophesying of things to come. Okay. But let me see. Right, so their eyes stand out with fatness. They have more than heart could wish. You super rich, man. Fuck, man. You have a lot of riches, man. Okay? You have more than heart could possibly wish for, man. Okay? They own majority of the world's wealth, man. Okay? And they got and attained all of that wealth through murder, deceit, and bloodshed, man. Okay? You know? So, I mean, how much more could one want? You know? Billionaires and trillionaires, man, they have enough to feed everybody on the planet. You know? 7 times over, man. You know? Many times over. You know? But even with all those riches, these people, they still want more. They want more. It goes to show you, man, the wicked are never content, man. Okay? Evil people are very covetous people, man. Okay? They're like death, man. They're just never satisfied. Okay? So, you know, you so-called white people, man, you have to be taken out of the picture, man. You're a cancer, man. Okay? You're not content with what you have. You know, they still want more. Okay? But, you know, that's it on that, man. You know, so with that, man, I'm gonna say shalom. Okay, that was, you know, the establishing of the law. Okay, Law 101. Okay, we established the law. We can't keep the law perfectly, right? We established the law, and we're not saved by the law. Okay. And you know, for those that get offended, well, get offended. Okay, I don't care. Okay, get offended, man. Be very offended. Okay, but we are not saved by the law, but we practice and we establish the law the best to our ability. Okay, so that's the end conclusion of this. Okay, you know. So with that, man, I'm gonna say Kol Wali Ma Yahweh Yahushai. Until next time, I'll say Shalom.